Hi there, we're Matt and Cheryl with We're in the Rockies, and today we're in Disney World. And if you're planning your big summer vacation with your family, we want to do a little comparison here because on our channel, in our family, we visit national parks a lot because we live in the Rockies. But then we also get away during the winter to Disneyland or now Disney World. So we thought it'd be fun to compare a Disney park versus a national park if you're planning your summer vacation.
All right.
We have 6 things to consider for you.
Okay, so the first one is availability. Disneyland, Disney World are open year-round. Any day you can go to Disney. And there's a good chance the weather is going to be nice since it's in California or Florida. Look out for hurricane season during Florida. During the summer, June through September. Mm-hmm. But besides that, you're going to have some pretty nice weather either place.
With national parks, obviously, some of the more famous ones that you think of, like Yellowstone, Yosemite, have short visiting seasons in the summer. But in terms of availability, I want you to think about it another way. There are over 400 national park sites, and you have one close to your house. I know you do because they're spread all over the country. So in that regard, they're very available. You can drive to a national park site. It might not be Yosemite, but it could be a special place anyway to visit with your family. So think about that.
Okay, family bonding number 2. Which is the best one? This is hard because
we have a say on this.
Well,
we're not quite sure.
We asked we have 4 children, and guess what? 2 of them said they like the Disney parks, and 2 of them said they like national parks. And I think that some of the magic that happens when you go to a national park is if you camp, you sit around the campfire, you talk, you tell stories. It's really kind of a fun, chilled atmosphere. The kids kind of get creative because they don't have as many of their electronics with them. Gives you a chance, and if you go on a road trip, you're in the car for a while, so you get to bond up over movies and talking and music, and it's just kind of fun.
Yeah, I was surprised though that 2 of them said Yellowstone after all the complaining we heard on our last Yellowstone trip. But so this is a tough one. Maybe it depends on your kids and your family vacation style, but they both offer their different ways to bond.
Oh yeah, and I mean the kids have fun at Disney too. You get to swim together. You're
waiting in line together and going on rides together. Honestly, the lines is a big part of bonding. The kids are kind of wrestling in line and all that stuff, and you're joking around and you're trying to keep it light. But I think both offer great, equally
Plus,
valuable.
it's kind of fun if your kids get scared. They'll still let you snuggle them up and hold their hand.
One thing I like about taking our kids to national parks is it gives me a chance to kind of teach them a little bit. They get to learn about the world. They get to see some cool things, and where Disney, it's more about just having fun together and having kind of a magical place to visit.
Okay, number 3 is cost and value. I don't even know.
Now look, this video divides along the lines of Disney fan and national park fan here, and even Cheryl has to admit. So the costs typically would be about the same in terms of visiting, in terms of getting there, right? Depending on where you choose. In terms of hotel stays, all that stuff, food, all that is equal. But for a family of 6 like us to visit Disney for 5 days costs...
Well, no, we're here for 6. We're here for a whole week.
Yeah, but 5 days in the park. I'm just talking tickets to the park is $3,000. $3,000 for a family of 6. Yellowstone, for 5 days in the park, family of 6, $85. So there's no question here that the cost benefit goes to the national parks here.
Where are you getting $85 from?
That's a park pass. That's a yearly park
pass. Oh,
a
year pass. But if you're just going for a week, it's only $35, so it's even cheaper.
Well, that's true. I was thinking the yearly pass. So the weekly park pass is $35. That is true. So $35 compared to $3,000. This is a slam dunk. Okay, if you're looking for a more affordable vacation, go to Yellowstone.
Okay, but I do have to say this. You get so much when you go to Disney because you get these Broadway quality shows, you get all these rides, you get this cool atmosphere, and I mean, come on. It costs less to go to a day of Disney World than it does to a Ravens game, Matt.
A football game.
Yeah, that's right. So it's not as big of a ripoff as sometimes as dads like to make it sound with their most expensive day shirt they're wearing around. I think it's a good value.
So I'm not necessarily complaining, but this is a slam dunk national parks.
but just, I did a little bit of cost calculations. Our trip to Yellowstone cost about $1,400 when you consider that we have to pay to park our RV somewhere, the gas, the food, all that stuff. But our trip to Disney World was about $7,300.
Oh, mama. Okay, let's move on to the next one.
All right. Okay, before we get in a fight. Yeah. Okay.
No, it's fine.
Next one is preparation. I'm sure a lot of you moms out here can hear me on this. Preparing to go on a camping trip isn't fun. You have to gather up all the food, do an inventory, get everyone's stuff all packed, and then hook up the trailer, fill it with water. The preparation can be a bit of an ordeal to do the maintenance on that. But with a Disney vacation, I mean, you can make it difficult, but you can make it really easy by calling a travel agent and telling them what days you're going, what you want to do, and they'll make your reservations for you. We used Getaway Today for this trip, and so easy. I didn't really have to do much at all, and I saved money on it. So I recommend if you're going to Diz, use a travel agent. Getaway Today is a great one. We'll put their link in the description. But as far as preparation, I would say that I guess it's different types of preparation. You definitely want to have a plan when you go to Disney. You can't just show up here and expect it to go awesome.
You want to have a plan either way.
Yes.
If you're going to a very busy national park, you want to have a plan because those are super crowded as well. And so, in fact, we had a little subcategory in here, which is more crowded. And Disney, just to give you a little idea here, Yellowstone, Grand Teton, and Zion National Park are 3 of the most visited national parks in the country, and they combine for about 12 million visitors. Disney World gets 58 million per year. Now, granted, that's spread out over the whole year, and they have 4 parks and stuff, so it tends to even out. They're both quite crowded, though. Okay, you're either waiting in line or you're waiting in traffic, perhaps. So a plan either way is really important. And I guess in my opinion, preparation, it really just depends on whether you've done one or the other. But they're both. You have to have a plan for both.
Yep. Okay. Which is more relaxing?
I also would say neither are actually that relaxing. At least maybe it's the way we vacation, because we kind of go, we want to see everything and do everything. And so, and then we have 4 kids. That's never relaxing if you have 4 kids. I mean, never.
So our good friends, they distinguish them. A trip is when you take your kids. A vacation is when it's just you and your spouse, because that's when you get to relax.
Bingo. So that would be I guess that's probably the key there, right? Is whether you're with kids. No trip with kids is relaxing. And actually a fair amount of complaining at both places. And then, yeah, this is the strange phenomenon. When they get home after our trip, they start talking about how great it was. But they do complain quite a bit on the trip. So.
But I would actually draw a line in the sand and say that a national park vacation is more relaxing. You're not stuck in a bunch of crowds with a lot of noise all day. I feel that usually I am done with hearing things by the end of a Disney day, where I don't feel exhausted that way after a national park.
Yeah, of course you're out in nature, and so ideally that would be a little more rejuvenating.
Okay, number 6, fascination factor. Which one is just causing you to go, oh wow, that's incredible? Which park is more likely to do that? What do you think?
To me, seeing the natural wonders there's no replacement for it. It always blows me away when people are kind of like, when they don't care about the geysers, for example, in Yellowstone. I think, man, this is nature that's shooting water out of the ground every so often. To me, it's fascinating. But I have a great appreciation for the amount of detail that goes into Disney's parks and just every little thing. And they're so clean. I commented yesterday while we were waiting in line, I hadn't seen one piece of garbage on the ground. And just the incredible detail, which is just like, you can tell that they had one person work on that one thing, and how much time they must have spent on that one thing is mind-blowing.
Mm-hmm. And I have to say that if you put a gun to my head and said, which park would you want to go to? I would choose Disney every time, because I have all these fun childhood memories of Disney, and I want my kids to have those too. I feel that when you go to a national park, it rejuvenates the human spirit. Being around that, just Mother Nature's beauty is so exciting, and just really helps you connect with the earth and feel grateful for the things that are out there. When I go to a Disney park, I cannot believe the intelligence and creativity and ingenuity. How do you say that word? Ingenuity of having a rough time. I can't believe just the brilliance of the people that put those parks together. It just blows me away. And so I guess no matter which park we go to, I do have a moment of awe, because they're both incredible.
I guess that's why we go to both often. We go to both of them often. So, and that's why we want to cover them on our channel here. So we have many more videos covering all of these things, and every place we go, we're going to do a whole host of videos on that thing to help you travel there, to help you plan your vacation there.
But I think the big takeaway from this is you can't go wrong with either of these places, but hopefully maybe this gives you some insight on helping you choose which one you should do.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.